Salute, salute, salute. Nola boy, what's good with you, man? What's happening? What's happening with y'all, man? Middle of the week, what's happening, man? You feel me? It's Wednesday. I hope everybody having a blessed week. You feel me? Let's get to it. Let's get to it. You see the title. Like, share, subscribe at your own leisure. Um, the Kuminga trade was a mistake. There's a lot of rumble. It's a lot of talking. Um, Out here on the local radio stations, even on mainstream media outlets, that this Golden State Warriors trade of Jonathan Kuminga for Kristaps Porzingis was a mistake. I don't think it was a mistake because this is how the NBA works. It's no way that you draft a player with the number 7 pick and don't play him when you've seen nothing but brilliance and flashes of him with the potential to be great. Hey, Heron, salute to my guy. There's no way that you give that up. Like, you know what I'm saying? That just means that you wasted nothing but lottery picks. James Wiseman, second pick, third pick, whatever. You're wasting picks. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's no way you waste picks if it's not designed for the Warriors to be trash. It's designed like that because they've had their glory days. They've had their run. Just like with any championship organization, any great championship organization slash dynasty, right? Think about what I'm about to tell you. Any championship slash dynasty who've had their run, at some point, there's a shift that takes place. And all good things as we know it must come to an end. And everything that's great and reaches its pinnacle, it needs to go through a cycle of rebuilding itself. And that's what the Warriors are in. Right? You know what I'm saying? The Warriors aren't trying to compete for any more championships. That's obvious because you don't get rid of Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole, you know what I'm saying, Jonathan Kuminga, and replace them with merely anything, nothing. They didn't get anything back for them players. So that's why I say we have to be very, very careful, you know what I'm saying, on the things that we digest and the things that alter our way of thinking. This is the way it was supposed to be. So it wasn't a mistake, in my opinion. The Warriors was just doing what they was orchestrated to do. I mean, what they were told to do behind the scenes. See, this is a much bigger than just a talented basketball player. We're trying to compete for championships. This is the political part of the NBA, which nobody likes to really address behind the scenes. You get what I'm saying? This had to be done. And a lot of people don't like it. I get it. I understand it. But hey, this is just what it is. Right? And moving forward, the Warriors aren't going to they're talking about getting older, more injury prone players to fill that gap because they're going to have, you know what I'm saying, the money to invest in a player. But guess what? I mean, I'm sorry to bust everybody's bubble. Giannis, LeBron James, it doesn't matter who it is. They're not going to help this ball club win. Unless you get a young stud like a Kay Cunningham, Anthony Edwards. Like, you know what I'm saying? You need a young stud. You're banking on getting Giannis Antetokounmpo or LeBron James. They're not helping nobody win no championship right now. Come on, man. What are we doing? What are we talking about? Cam, what's good with my guy, man? They're not helping nobody win no damn championship. Think about this, y'all. The Warriors are back. They're Cinderella without the glass slipper. That clock hit 12 midnight. It's a wrap for you. You know what I'm saying? It's a wrap. That motherfucker is a rugged outback now. That's just what it is. Steph Curry is taking his precious time. If they were invested in winning a championship, see, because the last time Steph Curry missed significant time because of a lower leg extremity, lower leg injury was in 2022. But what happened when he missed all that time? Remember when Marcus Smart in the regular season game at the Chase Center? You remember what happened, right? What happened? Y'all remember what happened? Marcus Smart dove on Steph Curry's ankle, right? Sprained his ankle, caused him to miss significant time. What happened in his absence? Jordan Poole took over, and we didn't miss a beat. We didn't miss a beat. Played above 500, positioned ourselves for a top 5, and the rest is history. Period, point blank. So however you want to spin it, you can spin it however you want to spin it, but we got to keep it 100. I just want people to put this shit in the proper perspective. Steph Curry not rushing back. The Warriors are going to stay in that playing range. They're not going to make up ground and surpass the Phoenix Suns, and the Phoenix Suns are dealing with their own injuries. But the thing that separates Phoenix and Golden State, guess what? They have young stars, young athletes. They drafted well. They got motherfuckers that's hungry, size, defense, rebounding. And guess what they got that the Warriors don't have? Coaching. The Phoenix Suns have that. Why do you think the Phoenix Suns is right there in the thick of things? The Phoenix Suns can potentially make it up to a 4 or 5 seed. If they can get healthy, I know Dillon Brooks broke his hand. He's going to miss significant time, but Dillon Brooks is on his way back. Jalen Green appears to be finding his rhythm and playing his way into form because he missed damn near the whole first part of this season with that groin, that hamstring injury. So let's just call it what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's call it what it is. The Warriors aren't built to win. The Warriors are just built to tread water. That's it. They're not built to swim. See, some people can handle the current. You know what I'm saying? Some people, because they can swim, they can hold their breath underwater. All the Warriors are doing, they at the beginning stages of a swimmer. When you learn how to swim, what's the first thing they teach you how to do? Tread water. That's all the Warriors are doing. And sometimes, guess what? Your technique and your form might be messed up, and you might sink to the bottom, or you might be like, damn, I'm sinking a little bit. That's the Warriors. They're sinking a little bit, and then sometimes they're treading water. So they're trying to find the consistency and that rhythm. Like, you get what I'm saying? But guess what? They don't have the right form. They don't have the right technique. And when I mean form and technique, I'm speaking of the player personnel. I'm just referencing right now, cross-referencing. See, I'm trying to put y'all on game on how to understand how stuff works. You get what I'm saying? The Warriors aren't anything but a bottom feeder. They're a bottom feeder. If you put the Warriors in with the number 10, 11, 12 spot with the rest of those teams in that area, they're probably going to be number 1, number 2 out of all those teams that's either in a play-in or outside of the play-in. You know what I'm saying? They'll probably be the best team out of all those teams. But when you start creeping up into the 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the Warriors can't compete with those teams because those teams are a little bit more elite. They're a little bit more established. They have better direction, better coaching, better system, better players. You get what I'm saying? The Warriors are just a bunch of dinosaurs, but you have a bunch of younger players that's not ready to take that next leap. They're just ready just to exist. That's it. Salute, Gideon. I see you. They're just ready to exist. That's it. They're just ready to exist. So trading Kuminga wasn't a mistake. It was by design. And the thing, and you know what sucks? I feel for Kuminga because for him to be chosen, you know what I'm saying, as the sacrificial lamb for the Warriors to suck and to use him is pretty unfortunate. The Lakers kind of did that with the Kobe Bryant experiment, where Kobe Bryant was ready to play and ready to add value and impact winning. But the coach and the team was like, damn, we have a dilemma because we got Eddie Jones, we got Nick Van Exel, but we haven't been winning with that trio of Eddie Jones, Nick Van Exel, Elton Campbell, and Shaquille O'Neal. We haven't been getting it done. So now what needs to happen, there needs to be a shift. Some guys need to be moved around, you know what I'm saying? And now we can start the rebuild process. See, but the one thing about the Lakers in that situation, Shaq was also young and in his prime. You get what I'm saying? Or approaching. So it worked out for the Lakers. But if the Lakers had a bunch of old ass players, you know what I'm saying? And they wasn't trying to move up off of those players, then Kobe probably would have been in the same situation. It was like, I can't find minutes for him. If they would have kept Dale Harris, I can't really find minutes for him, even though he's frying everybody and he's one of the best players on the team. He's just too young. He doesn't fit the system. You know what I'm saying? KK, salute. So we got to put this in a proper perspective. JK is going to show his ass and show what he's all about in Atlanta. See, it's a rarity that you get players from the Congo that's just out here going through the motions. JK is trying to make a living for himself and his family and get them out of whatever poverty-stricken situation that they might be in. I don't know their situation over there. They could be kings and queens and princes and princesses over there. I'm not sure. But we do know that those Africans, they be living in the gutter over there in Africa. You know what I'm saying? DJ Edgecombe. They be trying to get their way up out of there. And the only way they do that is through athletics. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Salute to Nola Boy. Make sure y'all go like, share, and subscribe and donate to Nola Boy, man. So we got to think about that, y'all. You feel what I'm saying? So JK is ready to add impact and value. And the thing about JK, he's humble and he's a worker. Because guess what, Tony C. Salute. Because guess what? He works. Guess who he idolizes? And I'm not saying that idolizing anybody is a good thing, but guess who he looks up to? Kobe Bryant. The work ethic, the skill set. And he's raw. So with reps, with experience, with seeing different things, once you start seeing those things, it's like, okay, I'm calm. I know how to navigate these situations because I've been in it. I've seen it. I know what to do. I know what the defense is going to do. And then he watches film. If JK can just shore up his handles and his finishing ability off of contact, when he gets that initial contact, when he learns how to just relax a little bit, because I think he's over anxious when he flies to the rim. He had a nice move to where he got downhill, but in a wide open layup, it was probably a little bit of contact with the left hand, and he kind of just threw it off the backboard a little bit too hard. When he can just learn how to relax on him finishing outside of him dunking on people, but just finishing with layups and a soft touch with contact, then that's when you know the development, you're starting to see true development. You know what I'm saying? Because he already got the little mid-range he got the little bump you footwork, plant off a two and try to explode over you. Once he start getting the shimmies, left shoulder, right shoulder, and things like that, Jamie, salute. Then you'll start seeing like, okay, he's worked on these things, working on offhand, working on your handles, working on certain things. So he's still a work in progress. I'm not saying that Jonathan Kuminga is polished yet. He's not. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been teetering with him in and out of the lineups, and you can't really build on anything with you being in and out of the lineups, getting DMPs when you know you're better than half of the roster. So he's going to find his niche in Atlanta. But the one thing that we do need to pay attention to, Quinn Snyder and Steve Kerr are really good buddies. Or they have a high level of respect for each other. You know what I'm saying? Quinn Snyder, I have yet to see Quinn Snyder really be super excited and exuberant and congratulating Kuminga when he makes a certain pass or a certain play, you know what I'm saying, that impacts, you know what I'm saying, winning. He doesn't high-five him when he's coming out of the game. I watch player and coach relationships. That matters. So Quinn Snyder, you have to be careful because I don't think Quinn Snyder is a good coach. They just have talent on their team. So they're going to win because they have talent. But if you put a really, really good coach on that team that's invested in playing defense and that's teaching, man, come on now. The Hawks damn near could to get to the finals in 2 years tops, in my opinion. You put it like a Ime Udoka type, JB Bickerstaff, Mitch Johnson, you know what I'm saying? Even a Joe Mazzulla. Even though people don't think Joe Mazzulla is a good coach, Joe Mazzulla understands the game, and Joe Mazzulla is a fucking competitor. Period. A Jordan Ott. There's certain coaches out there that can take franchises that's talented. Look what Will Lee is doing over there in Charlotte. He's just same age as they players. But guess what? Will Lee is a competitor. And he's been around organizations that was about winning and competing over there in Boston and around certain basketball minds and coaches. So for him to get a shot at this age, that's pretty dope. And it's starting to pay off for Charlotte. They're one of the younger and more explosive, exciting teams to watch. And they built right through the draft. Lonzo Ball is finally starting to impact the game as far as a point guard, getting other players involved. They drafted well with Con Knipple. You got Brandon Miller over there out of Alabama. They drafted well. Diabate, another young stud who's a defender, rebound, energy guy. You get what I'm saying? Kalkbrenner out of Creighton. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of good players over there. You know what I'm saying? So you got to pay attention to that. Steve Kerr is just being who Steve Kerr really is, y'all. And now he's just a politician. This is what happens, bro. What happens when a politician, let's say a senator, a governor, the president, what happens when they get in office or a position of power? They're the hierarchy. But what's the first thing they do when they get in a position of power where they have a lot, you know what I'm saying, of control over making decisions? People start shifting around. Politician. They start getting rid of certain people. You get what I'm saying? There's moving pieces. Oh, this person, he fired this person. He promoted this person to, you know what I'm saying, general of this, that, and the third. That's a politician. That's what Steve Kerr is doing. Steve Kerr really doesn't understand and know anything about basketball, but he's going to say all the right things in the media. And that's why they love him. Because he's going to say all the right things in the media, period. You feel what I'm saying? Hold on real quick. Hold on. Hold on real quick. I need to answer this text. I'm on my phone, so I'm trying to multitask, driving, I'm doing a lot of different things. But I told you I was going to StreamYard. I'll drop the link in a few. I need to touch on the other topic before I drop the link. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Can y'all hear me? Hit press one in the chat if you can hear me. Or just let me know if you can hear me. Yes, sir. So salute. I'm finna drop the link for you in a second, old boy. Yeah. So that's the situation with the Jonathan Kuminga ordeal, bro. This shit is by design, bro. He just was the one that was chosen to be in this situation. It's unfortunate because it was messy. It was like love and hip hop, but guess what that did? Guess what that messy situation did for beat writers, mainstream media? It gave them something to talk about, to keep you engaged, keep you interested. You get what I'm saying? That's the love and hip hop part of the NBA. That's the WWE of the NBA. It's a lot of things that happens that's just really clickbait. Like, you know what I'm saying? We was invested, but I'm like, it doesn't even make sense. The situation that happened between Golden State and Jonathan Kuminga was stupid. We was talking about it, and they still talking about it, but it's clear as day that Jonathan Kuminga is a stud. But we all knew that. I been knew that since he came out of high school and went to the G League. He literally is a high school player, no college experience. The G League is not college experience. It's just a bunch of guys playing open gym. That's why they got rid of that shit, that G League Ignite and all of that. That's all that shit was. Him and Jalen Green came out. Him and Jalen Green was on the G League Ignite team. So instead of going to college, and I thought that college probably would have been the best bet for Jonathan Kuminga. So that's why I say Jonathan Kuminga's in a great spot because he has so much upside and potential. Think about that, y'all. He has so much upside and potential. It's crazy. He's only 23 years old. Players now are playing until they're 37, 38. Think about what's in front of this guy, barring any major injury or setback. God forbid, please, because we need these type of players in the league. You get what I'm saying? So that shit, it was unfortunate, but man, this shit is by design, man. That's why I'm not too high on it. I just hate that the Warriors did it the way they did it. It's hard for me to support situations like that because it just seems like an organization is prejudiced and racist because you're paying. And no, and I'm just being honest, y'all. You can get mad if you want. They're paying all these other ethnicities. Brandon Pajimski, they're going to pay him. He's not better than Kuminga. They just paid Gui Santos, who's, you know what I'm saying, from Brazil or whatever. They just gave him some money. But they didn't want to pay Kuminga. I don't understand that. Like, you get what I'm saying? And then they say he doesn't fit. That doesn't make any sense. If you're a basketball player, nigga, you fit with any team. It's the coaching and the organization that has to make the adjustments. You get what I'm saying? Come on now. That's just like saying, oh, man, Michael Jordan didn't fit. He don't fit. So what did they do? They got a coach, and they centered a system around Michael Jordan. They didn't change who Michael Jordan was. They just put a little bit of structure around him. Think about it. And what did that do? They start winning. Michael Jordan was losing by being the best scorer in the NBA, a really good defender. But guess what? It was no structure. So that's what you got. You got a Michael Jordan who was struggling to get out the second round every year, getting walked down. Cleveland, Detroit, Boston. They were losing, bruh. But when you added a coach that said, you know what? He's a special player, but we need to put a little bit of structure around him and get him just to understand a couple of key concepts. And then from there, we got one of the greatest players you're ever going to see touch a basketball. And that's why I tell you, Steve Kerr really isn't that. Because you got a system that is predicated to basketball 101, pass and cut, pass, cut. Turn down a good shot to get a great shot. Sometimes the good shot might be the goodest shot you're going to get. You got a shot clock, homie. So if you're giving it to a player that's wide open with 1 second on the shot clock, he has to rush that jump shot. Think about it. But if I got 5, 6 seconds on the clock, or even 3 or 4 seconds, and I get a good look, I'm taking a good look because I got enough time to line it up, square my feet, my shoulders, get my legs into it, you feel me? And get to my form and then let it go. I would rather take a good shot than a rushed great shot. And when I mean rushed great shot, just the extra pass, which leads to a wide open jumper, but you're up against the shot clock. That's bad brand of basketball. That's what the Warriors do. They wait to the very, how many 24-second shot clocks do the Warriors have, violations do the Warriors have this year? That's because of the Steve Kerr offense. How many injuries do they have this year? That's because of the Steve Kerr offense. So the offense really isn't all that great. The Warriors just had great players that was able to improvise and create outside of that offense. That's what made the Warriors special. You had really, really smart, high IQ, talented, skilled players. Now, when you don't have that and you're more reliant, you know what I'm saying, and dependent upon coaching, the coaching is obsolete. And you're seeing that firsthand, period, point blank. So that's just what it is. So understand that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all need to understand some things. Feel me? But moving on, let's go into the situation with these stats. The NBA is a stat-driven league. We're in a stat-driven era where metrics and analytics are controlling and dictating outcomes of games, players' contracts, the competitive balance in the NBA. Stats isn't the end-all be-all. Stats isn't why we play the game. We play the game to win. If you accumulate stats in the process of trying to win, good. If you're accumulating stats, but you're losing all the damn time, it's empty stats. There's no impact there. The only impact you can have is by playing with other great superstars. And that's why these players are colluding to team up. You know what I'm saying? The more stats, the more superstars, the more winning. That's not necessarily true. It worked a couple years, but then at the end of the day, it really doesn't work because ego's getting away, pride, contracts, the money situation, people jealous, envious. I want to get paid what he can pay. The proper response should have been, you know what? God has blessed me to play this game and make a lot of money while playing it. I want to win. So I don't care if Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, got a certain amount of money and the way he went about doing it, that's fine. He got paid, right? You should be happy for your brother. But there shouldn't be a situation where you be like, I want to give my money too. Think about what this does. It creates discourse, dysfunction, distractions. You get what I'm saying? Guess who else had that? Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan. But the one thing that Michael Jordan was adamant about, see, Michael Jordan stood up for his players. Michael Jordan stood up for Dennis Rodman. Michael Jordan stood up for Scottie Pippen. When Scottie Pippen said, man, I deserve, it's a difference if you deserve the money. Scottie Pippen was already proven multi-time perennial all-star, perennial all-NBA defensive player. Of course he needs that damn money. Why you think Michael Jordan was like, man, fuck that. If it ain't no Scottie, cuz I can't do this shit without Scottie. Michael Jordan said that. Michael Jordan doesn't win those rings without Scottie Pippen. If you think otherwise, if you think you can just replace Scottie Pippen with any other small forward in that era during that time, you're sadly mistaken. Jordan wasn't winning those rings. Oaktown, salute to my guy. Jordan wasn't winning those rings without Pip. Let's just keep it 100. It was the greatest pairing in NBA, one of the greatest duos that we ever seen play basketball. So when they compare Paul George to Kawhi Leonard, that was fool's gold from the beginning. That shit wasn't going to turn out nowhere, not even a fraction of what Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen did. Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen was homegrown, drafted to the franchise. And built. They came up together. Scottie Pippen, 87, traded for Olden Polynice. Seattle Supersonics drafted Scottie Pippen. Chicago Bulls drafted Olden Polynice. They got traded for each other. You feel me? So it was something that they knew over there. You know what I mean? Jerry Reinsdorf, Jerry Krause, you feel me? And all those dudes over there, they knew something that we didn't know. So a lot of these players, they're worried about the wrong things. If they just focus on winning and competing at the highest level, I promise you, the contracts will take care of itself. Because guess what? The NBA and these owners have trillions of dollars to give away to these players. That's obvious. With the TV deals that these motherfucking teams got, and the money that's circulating around the NBA, they got the money. That's not even an issue, but it's more about control and power. See, these owners are like, if I'm giving you all these millions, you can't just, I own you. You just can't do what you want to do. You're going to low manage, as I say, low manage. We're going to protect our investment by sitting you out majority of the games, at least 20% of the games. We're going to sit you out just because and say you got some old fake ass injury. That's the new NBA. Everything is predicated on metrics and stats. If you put up damn near 50 points, 30 points a game and you're losing, that's enough for the NBA. They love that shit because it's all about the dollar bill for them. It's not about competing and winning. See, back in the day, it was about teaching, you know what I'm saying, developing and competing. That's why we fell in love with the game. That's why we love the game so much. Now they don't compete. Everything is analytics, metrics, stats. Why you think the players in the middle of the game are constantly looking up at the scoreboard, constantly looking at the score sheet in the middle of a timeout or halftime? They're constantly worried about their numbers. Oh, I got to score this certain amount of points or get a certain amount of rebounds, a certain amount of double-doubles and triple-doubles. You know what I'm saying? A certain amount of steals so I can get that incentive bonus that's built into my contract. But they only do that based off that incentive bonus instead of based off of winning. I'm going to do that every fucking night. Salute, man. Don't go nowhere. I'm going to open up the chat or drop the link. I'm going to compete every night. I don't give a fuck about a contract because with winning, everybody gets paid, B. Nigga. Everybody gets paid. It's like paid in full, B. Everybody eats, B. Straight up. Think about what I'm saying, bro. I know people, it's hard for people to understand the shit that I'm saying, but I'm giving you real game, real perspective. If you focus more on winning and competing, you're going to accumulate stats, especially if you're one of the better players in the league. The stats come along with the territory, bro. That's just the way the game goes. I don't need to seek out and try extra hard to get a certain amount of points, but we losing by 20. We losing by 10. You get what I'm saying? Even for the stat patterns, when they're up 15, when they're up 20, they come back in the game at the 4-minute mark. Why are you back in the game at the 4-minute mark and you're blowing a team out by 18 to 20 points? What's going on here, sir? If you're an older player, if you're a more injury-prone player, that's your chance to load manage. Let's blow these dudes out. On the teams that you're supposed to beat, you should blow them out by halftime. Then guess what? You can load manage. If that's what you're really trying to do, if you're really trying to load manage to preserve your body, then just blow the team out and load manage the rest of the game where I don't have to play the fourth quarters. Wouldn't you want to do that anyway? Come on, man, make this shit make sense. I just need sometimes I be needing stuff to make sense, and it don't make a lot of sense to me. You feel me? But it is what it is. So when you got Nikola Jokic and Luka Doncic and all these players and Giannis Antetokounmpo and all these other players averaging these high volume of stats, points, rebounds, assists, you'd be like, damn, that's a great player. But then you have to ask yourself, how do they impact winning? Because it's easy to just get stats, pass the ball, somebody score, that's an assist. If I do that 10 times, guess what? I didn't help generate 20 points or even more if they're hitting threes or getting and ones. I didn't help just generate a lot of points, so I got 10, 12, 11 assists, but the game is tight. We're still losing by 15, or we're still losing by 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What kind of impact are those stats really having on the game? How many shots altered do I have? How many deflections do I have? How many meaningful rebounds do I have? And when I say meaningful, I'm not talking about the rebounds that teammates move out the way and just let you grab a rebound and pad your stats. I'm talking about meaningful rebounds where you kept the ball alive, either tipped it out for one of your teammates to get it, or you tipped it to yourself, and it gave your team an opportunity to score multiple efforts. How about you helping the helper, causing that team to make an extra pass when they really wanted to shoot? Now they're up against the clock. They're forced to take a bad shot. That's impacting the game. Not just give me the ball, let me initiate. I'm either going to score or pass it to y'all. I need one of y'all to make the jump shot. You get what I'm saying? And then once you make the jump shot, I'm going to give up the score right back on the other end because I'm going to be involved in the action on the opposing side of the ball. So I just helped generate 5 to 6 points. But in all actuality, that's minusing because how many points am I actually giving up to the opposition? You get what I'm saying? So that's less impact. That takes away from your offensive game. If you're not impacting the game in other ways outside of building stats on offense, it's taking away from your offense. You're losing the game. You feel what I'm saying? Because they're letting one player dictate. That doesn't work so good. Now, if there's a system in place, it's a difference as opposed to just give our best player the ball and just let them get a bucket. That's not how that works. You have to run design sets to put your best player in to get a bucket. You utilizing that player's skill set. Tell me something that the Joker, what's his skill? I'll wait. Somebody tell me what's his skill. What's the Joker's skill? Real T, salute to my guy. Oh, man, he got handles. Oh, man, he got a quick first step. Oh, man, he just uses his size. He has a soft touch. We can call that a skill. He does have a soft touch around the basket, and he has a little size, and he uses his body. Outside of that, if you be physical with him, tell me any kind of count. What's his counters once the physicality comes? What's the counters? I'll wait. You see what I'm saying? So you have to break it down. Luka the same way. Luka is really skilled as far as he has a tight handle. He's a difficult shot You know what I'm saying? Maker and taker. But what else does he do? He grabs a bunch of defensive rebounds, and he'll get occasionally some offensive rebounds when the ball just comes to him when nobody boxes out. That's easy. You know what I'm saying? But how does he really impact the game, though? That's what I want to know. You feel me? So we need to stop falling in love with these garbage ass players, especially these European players that just accumulate a lot of stats, but they don't really add impact to winning. You get what I'm saying? You can replace these players and the team will play better because there's more flow, there's more ball movement. You know what I'm saying? Ball has energy. So once the ball is moving, everybody feels like they're a part, you know what I'm saying, of the game. They're going to give multiple efforts on the defensive side of the ball because they like, you know what? I'm going to play hella hard because I feel like I'm involved and they're valuing what I bring to the game as far as on the offensive side of the ball. So hell yeah, I'm going to play defense. You feel me? So that's just what it is. Man, I'm on my way to my son game. I got to pick up the coach. I got to pick my son up and another player. So let me hurry up and drop this link. You feel me? And I'll let y'all get y'all things off real quick. Salute to everybody. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, man. Feel me? Like, share, and sub. Salute to my people, man. What's happening? Yeah, that's facts, bro. Real T. That's big facts, Brody. That's big, big, big facts. Nola boy, what's happening with my guy, man? Damn, what happened? What's
Who's
up,
there
bro?
with it?
Salute, Cuddy. What's good with you?
Chilling, chilling.
What's
Hey
happening,
man,
man?
I ain't gonna lie, you made some good pointers, bro. I never seen this before. Salute to your chat too, bro. For by the way,
Yes,
I
sir.
never seen, I never seen a team that have all those high draft picks and don't know how to build them to become great players. In order to fit your system, sometimes you got to change it up. And then I think anybody could fit that system. You had a David West, so why Wiseman couldn't fit? You had a David Lee, so why Wiseman couldn't fit? If you
Right.
kept Draymond Green, tell me why Wiseman couldn't fit.
That
Then
don't make sense.
if you go to the Jordan Pools and the Kumingas of the world, say, but that's just bad business, brother. That you had enough young legs to mix with the older youth, and that goes to show you what happened in 2022. Y'all was able to go on another run and get that championship with the youth that y'all have. So why would you? I just don't understand what Golden State doing, bro.
It's by design because you guess what? This is what they've always done, even back in the day. They drafted Penny Hardaway. They traded him for Chris Webber. And guess what? They let Chris Webber go after like 3-4 years. They broke up Run
I seen that.
TMC. Run
Yeah,
TMC probably could have brought up that one of the second championship to the Warriors, but they broke them up because they didn't want to pay Mitch Richmond. So now they forced Mitch Richmond. He got traded to the motherfucking Sacramento King. So it's just this is what the Warriors do because guess what? This is how politics runs everything. Politics been running everything, bro, from the beginning of time. From the
yeah, I feel
beginning.
that.
Everything is a political realm, bro. So this is what you're gonna see. This is what you're gonna get. It's sad, but this how this shit work, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, no, know what else you made a good point about? All the old people that they trying to get, and they can't lead their own team. So why is you
Right.
trying to get rid of all those young dudes and get all these old rolling motherfuckers around here
You see what I'm
like they
saying?
gonna
It's
help?
right.
And Jimmy Butler not the same. If you would have got him 2 years out of Miami, because remember them 4 years, that was a great run. You dig
Mm,
what I'm saying? If you would have got at least 2 of those years, then then we'll be talking about something. They waited too long to make that trade. Jimmy too old now. Jimmy can't do the
right.
things he needs to do. So why would you give up like all the players that you giving up, the young talent, you ain't getting nothing back for it. Like, where's the picks of the other players that you can, plug in and it's crazy, dog, what they doing. And I think it's all because of the Raymond punk ass, bro. Because he want his money. If he ain't want his
Right.
money real, he wouldn't be running all them niggas like that.
Yeah. That's facts, bro. I agree with that. When he sold out to LeBron James, that was the end of the Warriors. Real talk.
Bingo.
Now, if he was still on that height where he was like, nigga, fuck LeBron, nigga, we about to compete, yada yada yada, it would have been a different story because people would have had a lot of respect for him, and he wouldn't have ran Iguodala off. He wouldn't have ran Sean Livingston off. He wouldn't have ran Bob Myers off. They seen the shift. And guess what? That's the political game of it. That was the
Mm-hmm.
political part. Going with Clutch. If you're with Clutch, you're a politician because that's all they do is politics. They lie all the time and they all about money, not competing. So think about that. They lie all the time. That's a politician. And they're all about money. That's also a politician. And that's what you get, bro. They're in shambles. You feel me?
Hey, I, bruh, once I seen that 2022 team win that championship, that's the year y'all won it, huh?
Yeah.
That was Ain't nowhere in the world you gonna sit here and tell me what you call not supposed to be there. Emus Clay had a good couple of games in the playoffs. Thought he had
Yeah.
revived himself. So you
Right.
still get
Because
rid
of
of him.
Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole did that to Clay because he thought Clay thought Jordan Poole was about to take his spot. So he said, "Man, I gotta show him that I'm still worthy." You know what I'm saying?
And guess what? That's what teammates do. Get the best out of each other. So why would you not want that competition? That
Yeah,
was a bad move, bruh. And
I
all the stuff
know.
that Clay did for them, come on, bruh. At the end of the day, it's a certain way you do business. And everybody know this game ain't got no love for you. That's why they call it a business. And
Right.
people tripping off the play empowerment, I don't have no problem with it. I just don't like where they took it as far as the play. You know what I mean? And I don't care if you get your money, but don't cheat me out of the game. Like you said, when niggas come in and be 4 minutes left, you up 20 just to get one rebound. Dog, this nigga said, hey, y'all fucking ass. They caught this nigga on tape saying this shit. Then the nigga said, I
Right.
told him to get out the way. How you gonna tell your teammate get out the way? Like he supposed to be down there helping, banging, get boards. But you thinking about the wrong thing. But that's where the NBA has come. You know what I mean? And then he supposed to be the leader. Everybody following his footsteps and caters to him, like you said. I never thought Draymond Green, knowing he come from Detroit, Saginaw, Michigan, that's some stand-up people out there, from my understanding. Why would you infiltrate? It's always infiltrated within. And he let that happen. I know he robbed y'all out in these 3 more rings. Boy, you can't tell me different. Easy. That was a dynasty for real. Y'all was building
That's
like
fact,
the Bulls, like the Lakers, like the Celtics,
bro.
like Kobe and them, and when they did their little run, you know what I mean, Shaq, you know what I mean? That was a real dynasty. How many times you get a chance to see teams that do it the right way? And y'all didn't really need KD, man. Y'all just needed to man up, bring everybody back healthy because Eagle Dollar was banged up, Steph was banged up. You had some key injuries. Bogut went out. Bogut had y'all up 3-1 before he got hurt. That should have never been no 3-1 walk down because everybody know when Bogut went down, it wasn't really the Draymond Green or Eagle effect. It was Andrew Bogut who stopped that nigga from driving. And he took over that series and he made them a jump shoot team, which we all know he ain't had no jump shot at that time. So that's why y'all went up 3-1. The injury to him and the bonehead as infiltration that the Raymond just pulled off. Come on, bro. Ain't nowhere in the world you're gonna sit here and tell me that was good basketball. You start that shit written on the fucking wall, and then, and like you say, you get suspended, you come back, and all of a sudden you sign to his organization. Where they do that at? Steph down bad for letting that even slide. Steph should have been in the front office like Nicky Barnes ratting on this bitch to get it from around here. Steph is a leader though, right? I don't see why Steph allow him to have full control. Like here, enforcer. You don't need no enforcing this soft ass era. What you
Facts.
enforcing? You enforcing your
Right.
own players. You call KD a bitch, you punch Jordan Poole. Nigga, you ain't enforcing shit but your own players. Like you got them niggas playing draft or something. I just looked at all
Facts,
the
bro.
talent that y'all let go real. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You hit it on the nose today. I was just sitting there and salute the man down too, because he said the same thing. I ain't must know y'all got rid of Kuminga though. That's how I be lost in the loop. That's how I found out through man down. I'm like, he in Atlanta. So they really let that young man go? Boy, that's crazy. And that dude for sure 18, 20 plus point score if you give him the rock and let him do his thing in that offense because it's a ball moving offense. And with Steph gravitating like the way he doing it, Kuminga gonna get off easy. Playing with a dude like Steph.
Right. But that's why I say Steph was he's a Steve Kerr apologist, bro. Because you know why? Steph let all that fame go to his head, bro. So he think that it's nobody that is should be on his level. He thinks he's the Michael Jordan of the NBA now. So he's too good to say, you know what, I'm turning the keys over. You know what I mean? So I mean, but guess what? Kuminga can do shit that Steph Curry can't do on offense and defense. So you have to
Especially on defense.
recognize, you know what I'm saying? You got to recognize when you got a young bull like that. And if it's about winning championships, Kuminga gives you the best chance to do that moving forward, competing. You know what I'm saying? So it just
Yeah.
didn't make any sense. Like, I was like, I was like, Steph Curry not really taking up on him. Jimmy Butler took up on him. Jimmy Butler was taking up for Kuminga every step of the way. And even Jimmy Butler knew that, man, we can't win this shit if we ain't playing Kuminga. Jimmy Butler knew that.
That's crazy. I like Jimmy, but I like his attitude, how he approached the game, but I don't like the off the court antics. Don't get it twisted. I gave him Django for a reason because I seen his work ethic. I seen how determined he was. And this what he did with the Miami team. I know he could have been an asset to anybody, but they burnt him out, and I don't know why they ain't never gave him no help. But I felt that we had enough help anyway. We just wasn't using the pieces that we had right by emptying the clip. But like I say, going young, that just goes to show you we was young. Jimmy Butler was the oldest person on our team down there. Kevin Love, everybody else was young. The heroes, the Duncan Robinsons, the Bam just got drafted. Them dudes was babies, coming out the gate. And for him to do what he did, that's why I gave him the respect that I gave him because it's not a lot of people that can do that. Same thing what he said with Timberwolves, man. Y'all get over here, I'm gonna get over here. Them niggas ain't built like me. And he showed that once again. You don't get that many people. People almost want to go one-on-one in practice, let alone calling their teammates out and holding their foot to the fire. So that's another thing I respected about him. He's a good asset, but I just think he old now. He can't do the things that he used to. And with Kuminga being there, and you had Jordan Poole and you had Wiggins, ain't nowhere in the world you could have told me that $100 million of the Raymond backpack shooting that when to save three of them. And you could have had way more depth than that. Forget the Raymond. Y'all let that dude run everything. I thought he was the owner of the team. Fuck. Says he called all the shots. He running everybody, determine who leave and who stay. That's shit crazy. And especially a nigga who ain't giving like what you expecting. Yeah, you can see if he was giving what Steph was giving numbers. Like Steph, we talking about one side of the ball, but you can't help me on the other side of the ball. That's the same thing we talking about in the NBA now. They play all offense, no defense. All right, he one of the few that play all defense, no offense then. What the fuck?
Right. Trash can.
Straight shit water. So I'm just saying, you rather Kuminga 18 and a little D and learning on the fly compared to that 8 point whatever. Kuminga play way better than any younger to me. The Raymond just be out there with the rhyming antics because he ain't got nobody to bust him in his shit by playing with him. But if that was Rick Mahorn, anybody else, he was out there doing it to, he would have been got 4 stitches of elbow. They don't have no enforce. I'm known enforcer. That gonna make you tough, bro. So you think you tough? Like they told your boy, I hate my gums because they black. This nigga deranging a character, cuz I swear. Say, but I heard you say your son out there about to do the thing. What you with the b-ball or something?
Yep. We got a tournament right now.
Man, I hope him. I wish him well, bro.
For
You know,
sure.
I,
Appreciate you, bro.
I hope y'all do y'all thing out there, bro. I know y'all gonna hold it down. I know he
Yes,
got a good
sir.
pop in the corner. Gonna teach him the
Yes,
game the right way.
sir.
Ain't gonna tell him go out there and jack up all them threes and play no D. I know you gonna be
Right.
on it. You see what I'm saying? So I'd rather you teach him the right way than let some of these coaches get in his head with that bull before he get to him. At least he'll have some fundamentals of the game. I'm for real, dog. Listen,
Right.
if you could take
Yep.
your son in the backyard and buy gold in the street and teach him the right way, that's good because he only adding to, he gonna be adding to it. But just
Right.
say he go out there and you don't teach him knowing you know the game the right way, and he learn the game
Uh-huh.
this way. Boy, you gonna be
Right.
in the stand hot as a motherfucker. Man, why you ain't trying? Man, try the ball. Why you ain't box? You know how far the real dad is gonna be hollering at that nigga. Man, why you make me run
Man,
down
hey,
there and
that's why
speed
I
up?
lost my damn voice already, man.
I
Screaming
told
at the
you
top of
know
my
it.
damn lungs, bro.
You know it. You know it.
It's hard because you compete. Well, it's so hard. You competing with social media. You competing with, you know what I'm
Facts.
saying, all these highlight. So people don't understand what the work look like though. Like you have to work really, really hard. It's hard. People think it's easy to make it, bro. In sports, you gotta work hard, bro. Sure. And even the people who work hard don't get chosen. So you know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's what they don't notice. The people that really put the work in behind the scenes and they blackball them like you said. You brought up the story early. Dale Harris, he didn't know nothing. You could tell coaches don't. Whether he was sworn in from the family or whatever, you could tell he didn't know X's and O's and know about players and how to scout players. Because if you did, you would have let that little dude off the leash a long time ago. That's why Jerry West, whether he been to 8 finals and lost 7 and won one, he been to all of them. And y'all praise another nigga for going and losing. You dig what I'm saying? So he got a high IQ. So at that time, Jerry West was the same type of player with the same kind of IQ, but he knew how to scout players. He put y'all team together supposedly and got y'all started on a great franchise run. So what I'm saying is, look at what he did with the Clippers. Brought all them great players over there and gave them opportunities to win, whether they did it or not. He knew how to put players together and scout players. He already said what Kobe was gonna be. It wasn't our fault that Dale Harris was stubborn and I ain't gonna play the dude. But when Kobe got a chance to start and play his third year, you saw the trajectory, you saw the championships in a row, in a row, in a row. You saw the determination. Even when he shot the air balls, you don't see niggas shoot air balls and go straight to the gym trying to prove a goddamn point. You know what I mean? Them niggas gonna go home, cry, lock themselves in the house like this new age, get on Twitter, they burn an account and hide behind that shit and cry like a hoe. You know that. They ain't gonna man up and stand on business. But
Right.
Kobe did though. That's the
That's a
difference.
fact.
I hated when Kevin Durant and them tried to shit talking about one guy quit and he wanted to go play baseball. What the fuck? They try to make a fun of that shit? Like you could tell niggas don't know history. Niggas don't know diddly squat about nothing that's going on. And you could tell they never watched our era. But they talking about this player the greatest, this player the greatest, this my player. All y'all niggas look up to the role player and stop it. Yeah, because
Right.
y'all doing the same thing he doing. That's why I
Same
commend
exact
Steph.
thing.
That's why I
Right.
commend Steph. Steph stayed silent. Steph said, fuck that. I'm going to beat that nigga 3 out of 4 times. I don't need to go run to join nobody. I'm going to stay home and beat that nigga. Y'all come to
Right.
me, nigga.
Right. That's exactly what happened. K Beast, what's happening with you, man? Salute. You on mute? Take yourself off mute, bro.
Before you come on, you think y'all gonna ever shake back from this? Cause y'all messed up, dog. Y'all gave up a whole lot of young
Probably
talent
another
for nothing.
decade, bro. It's probably gonna be another decade of miserable
Nigga said another
basketball, bro.
decade. Damn.
That's the way it works, bro. Chicago still haven't bounced back from Jordan. The Lakers
No,
still
this
haven't bounced
crazy.
back from Kobe Bryant. Think about that, bro.
God, this shit
The San
crazy.
Antonio Spurs still haven't bounced back from Tim Duncan. Think about it
They, they shaking back a little bit though.
now, but look how long it took them. When the last time the Spurs won a
Yeah,
championship? 2013,
yeah, you
2015,
right.
2014, 20, yeah, something like that.
2014.
Yeah,
Hey, can y'all hear me?
yeah, we
Oh
can
yeah,
hear
we
you.
can
What's
hear you
good with you,
now.
bro?
Hey, my fault. I was trying to connect for a while, man. Wait, what up, E-Leezy?
Salute, bro. What's good?
Man, I ain't been on your stream since, like, I ain't never been on your stream. Actually, now that I think about it. Yeah,
Oh,
man, I
bro, you
wanted to show you.
normally I'm just doing a live commentary on the games. That's why, but because I don't when I do my what's the names, I just do YouTube live instead of StreamYard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Salute. Hey, James, what up, man? Hey, James. Hey, you're a
What's up with
legend
it,
out
big
here,
dog?
dog. Hey, you're a legend out here, nigga. You're a legend out here, dog.
Thank you, big dog. Thank you. I just try to keep it
Yeah.
real, man. What's up with you though? What you got going on? And I don't like how they did Kuminga, bro. They gonna reap what they sow though, bro. I promise you that.
Kuminga out there doing windmills and shit. Like he out there stunting, man, having a good time, having fun, balling. What is he averaging? Like 21 points per game or something like that?
For real?
Yeah, I think he averaging like 21 right now, ain't he?
And they let that go for backpack shooting at the ring? Boy, this is crazy.
Yeah,
And I
yeah, I
heard he
think.
doing this thing with Atlanta.
Hell yeah, nigga been balling, man. I'm happy for him, man, because I always wanted to see what he could do in a different setting. So this gives him a restart. He's able to restart his career. He's able to show people, like, look, I was being held back in Golden State. I'm that nigga though. You know what I mean?
But everybody could see he was getting held back in Golden State. But the trick part about it, why the coaches can't see that? What the hell you was looking at? Not that he must get his man significant playing time, knowing Steph dealing with injuries, he getting old, knowing Durant can't shoot worth the damn. You need that scoring punch.
That shit politics, man. That's NBA politics.
But
You know,
see,
you
they
got to
be
catch
talking about
somebody's ass.
conspiracy. They be quick to call us a conspiracy. Nigga, get the fuck out of here, man. Everything
Nah,
ain't
it
no
ain't
fucking
no
conspiracy
conspiracy.
when it's right in your face.
No, nah, bro. Like them type of niggas, they don't live in the real world, bro. The real world, like a lot of these major corporations and shit, corporate America, you got to kiss ass to get to the top, bro. That's just what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. They gonna tell you pucker up real quick.
That's why I work for myself, man. I can't be in corporate America. Fuck that shit.
That's
No.
the best way to go. To be honest with you, I'm an independent contractor myself, doing security. I ain't gotta look.
Hell
I
yeah.
put my price on it. You got it. You working. Everybody needs security, so I ain't out here bullshit.
Hell yeah. Just find something that some people need, give it to them direct, man. You ain't got to
Yeah,
get it. You ain't got to work for nobody else, bro. You really don't. There's so many avenues to create for yourself. Even YouTube is a platform where you can use it and work for yourself, or Rumble, or whatever social media site is out here. You can make money. You know what I'm saying? I think like that's what Kuminga was dealing with. Kuminga was he was up against the wall, man, in Golden State. You know?
I don't see how Steve Kerr let that get out the door out of all the people. You
And
first of all, John Boone was like a slap in the face for real. But then you come to this situation. I don't think. he understands talent. He don't know how to evaluate talent. And it's cool. That's why you have scouting reports. I don't expect you to do everything as the head coach, but come on, man. You playing this little dude and you can't see this?
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is like even last year in the playoffs, man, Kuminga didn't even play. Like he felt like it looked like he played them just because he was like, fuck it, I might as well throw him out there. But he really didn't want to. That shit was
Yeah.
crazy. Once Steph
But
went
look,
down,
when he
you
was
think that
out there,
okay,
he balled out though. That's the trick
yeah,
part about it. When he was out there, the dude really balled out.
yeah, that shit was crazy. I was like, is he throwing this serious? Like, what's going on?
Didn't Steph go down that series?
Yeah, yeah, he got injured.
See, I think when Steph get hurt, that nigga don't know how to coach. You notice that when Steph get hurt, he don't know how his rotation be all wobbled and shit. Like he
Yeah,
riding on four dummies.
yeah. Steph keep that shit going. You know what I mean? Like Draymond, like he's a decent player, but he can't score. He can't score like that. And
Yeah,
then all
Steph
the other
keep him
pieces are
going.
coming.
Because he
Yeah,
took remember when the Steph was hurt in the bubble? And
yeah,
he said what that's gonna prove if I go out there and score 22 or 20 and 10. And ain't gonna prove nothing. Who talk like that? Nigga, you couldn't score that if a nigga offered you $1 million to score the game. I bet you couldn't score
yeah. That
20
shit's
and
crazy.
10. Every game, 20 and 10, 82 games. Give me 20 and 10, like a real big man supposed to. I bet you can't give it to me.
20 and 10. That shit ain't easy. You know what I mean? Like,
That's what I'm trying to tell you now.
yeah, yeah, that shit ain't easy. You gotta be a baller for that shit.
Your IQ got to be of, and we ain't talking about no cherry picking ass rebounds and assists neither.
Yeah,
See, the difference in the game today compared to back then, you have no resistance, so it's easy to get 12, 13, 15 assists and make it seem like, oh, that triple double means something bagging the gap. But no, you got to look at the defense them dudes are playing against getting those triple doubles. That's why it wasn't too many triple doubles getting because the defense wasn't allowing that shit. Niggas took pride in playing defense. I don't know what the hell this is we watching.
there wasn't that much space back then. Like the space was real bad.
See,
You
that's
know what
why
I mean?
you
As
had
far
to
as
have a bag. That's why you had to
yeah,
work on your mid range, back to the basket,
yeah.
footwork.
Like passers back then, like the Magics and all those, they had to thread the needle. Like you see some of the passes them niggas is making, they
Yeah.
threading through the defense, man. They not just throwing the nigga, tossing, lobbing the ball to a nigga and letting them finish all the time, bro. They really like splitting the defense with that shit.
Say, bro, how many assists John Stockton have? Over
Shit.
15,000, huh?
Yeah, like what, 14? Didn't he average like 14?
Yeah, but listen, I'm trying to make a point. When he retired,
John Stockton retired, wasn't there the old four season? Old
I
three,
thought
old
this
four?
well, whatever year he retired, the point I'm trying to make is why nobody haven't passed him in this era so skilled, so athletic, and so have high IQ. Why nobody never passed him? And nigga, you got niggas that been playing 20 years and still haven't passed that dude in the assist yet.
John Stockton, that nigga though.
He said John Stockton, that nigga.
John Stockton, that nigga though. John Stockton, I mean, and that pick and roll was deadly, and then on top of that, he was able to manipulate the defense. And he seen like his vision is crazy, but he makes a basic like it's not like a Jason Kidd pass or a Magic Johnson pass. It's gonna be basic as hell, but it's gonna hit him right in the pocket.
Yeah, facts. Some of the passes this dude used to make used to trip me out. And then especially them 2 years against the Bulls, go check him out. You going
Yeah,
against long wingspan defenders. You had to get around Pippen, Jordan, and Hawkins. You know how
Yeah.
long them dudes is as a defender, and you still was out there getting you assisting at an all time high, threatening needle. I'm talking about this dude. IQ is underrated as a mug, but they'll come out here and try to make us believe that this era is better than that.
Yeah, well, assists are counted differently now. Like I think like it's hard like to judge people against all the eras because assists back then like you would have to be like directly scoring like after the pass. Like now you can kind of take a few dribbles and kind of do the thing and then go with the score and then still get credit for the assists like
I
off of
seen
somebody
that.
else. Yeah, like so it's kind of a little bit of a different ball game.
All right, so tell me this then. Put John Stockton in this era with no defense. How many assists he averaged then? Got that?
Man, off high pick and roll, that nigga would kill, nigga.
All the pick and
And you
rolling that they doing right
get
now. That's what I'm saying. All the, they whole game is predicated on pick and roll. How many goddamn assists with this man averaging this era right here then? And we'll forget Jordan
and
scoring. We're gonna talk about
yeah,
rebounds and assists from now on, because we already know what Jordan to do this no defense in that era. Let's talk about some other players who had high IQ that led in certain stats, like Stockton, like I think Elijah Wine, Shaq, all the big men are eating this era because there's no resistance at the paint of no fours and fives. So they wash with
yeah.
that. So we went in that as far as the 90s. Until you get fours and fives down there, we'll kill y'all with the Shaqs and Hakeems and everything. So let's go to the point guard. How can Kevin Johnson was a 19 and 10 guy, and we ain't talking about Magic and John Stockton. You know what I mean? You had other players that averaged 19 and 8, 19 and 9, 19 and 7. That's
Yeah.
close enough with the defense was being played, the way it was being played. How many assists would you think them dudes are averaging this era? Like the Mookie Blaylocks and the Kevin Johnsons and the Muggsy Bogues and the
Man,
Mark Jacksons, the Derek Harpers of the world.
I think they knew the fundamentals better. Like they knew how to make the game easy, and I think that like the way the basketball played today, everybody plays the same way, and the game is kind of. I mean, you got a few players who are like really great in the pick and roll. Like Luka Doncic is great in the pick and roll, right? Like he's one of the best pick and roll guards ever. But like the cerebral, like just being the cerebral and thinking about the game and mismatch hunting. You remember they used to mismatch hunt. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Pick scabs. That's what they called it back in the day. Pick a scab. And they keep if they see a weakness, they keep feeding the man, feeding him, let him eat. Like, oh, you gonna be a good defender. You gonna have to be, because they gonna single your ass out.
Hey, you see how they say Rod Strickland is Kyrie Perret? That's where he get his game from. How Rod Strickland
Yeah,
look at this
yeah.
era with the floor being open the way it is with his ball handling skills.
Like Kyrie, like like he would be a monster, bro. Like bro. That nigga finishing ability, dog.
Yeah,
Yo,
let's talk about it. That's all I'm saying. Let's talk
hey,
about it.
if y'all ain't watch Rod Strickland, dog, Rod Strickland, like that motherfucker put English on that shit. That nigga and his handles is crazy. Yeah, yeah, he like that. Rod's like that, like for real.
A
I think
true
Stephon
basketball
Marbury.
player, but they'll look at his numbers and be like, he was sad. Nah, he was a fundamental player. He played
Shit.
point guard his position. But if he needed to score, don't act like he couldn't put it in the basket, like you say. He could get in the paint with the big trees where they had fours and fives and put English on that thing and score with the best of them if he had
See,
to.
but back then, the game was a little. It was more fundamental. Like those guys could do all that.
His
But
dad
see,
was
like
there. I don't know what the hell he was
when
doing.
you when you got great defenders. Oh, my fault. When you got great defenders, bro, you don't play around with the ball. You
I ain't
know
gonna
what I'm
lie, bro.
saying?
Yeah.
When it came to being nervous,
So that.
all I took
Oh,
was
oh, my
2 or 3
fault.
minutes looking down the court to see how the game is. I was cool. They're literally
I want to know where they
just
Ruben
sitting
Patterson
perfect
stoppers
in
at.
every
Where did Gerald Wilkinson stoppers
playing
at?
back
Like, where did defenders at?
game.
Do they have solid defenders? I know they be trying to pump Vanderbilt up,
If
but
we know
I
what
don't
we
think
want to
he
do,
no defender
we
like
know
that.
Be hard, Sanders. That's all that matters. That's what I'm
Like the
saying.
dude
Like,
from
Oh,
Minnesota,
you
McDaniels, I like him. He could defend.
whoever
I like
see
his
whoever
effort. I like his
yeah,
energy. You got some
I
young
don't care
players.
if he's good. I'm shutting this
that's
water
what I'm
off.
saying,
That
bro.
when I play
yeah,
basketball, I want to guard the best player on the court. And I'm the
hell
oldest
yeah,
injury prone player on the court, but I want him because it seems like people be scared to guard these players. Let me guard him, bro. I'm trying to cut his water off. That's just how I play. I don't care if he's like 500 pounds stronger than me. I got him. Let me guard him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Even if Jamal
yeah.
did
My
did
bad, y'all.
did a little what you did, know what you out there, then we good.
Now you good. We was just talking about the assist leaders in our era playing in this wide open field, like the way they be talking about how they skilled at high level. What would Rod Strickland, John Stockton due to this era with the field being open and they with their dribbling abilities and knowing how to pass. I ain't gonna go to the Mads and all the big dogs. I'm just saying like the Kevin Joneses, the Mookie Blitz. Like you had people that was getting 18 and 8 in that era with defense and resistance in the paint. And it was hard to get assists like that because the paint being so clouded and crowded. So with the paint being wide open the way it is, 3-point era, I know John Stockton the type of be like, man, don't sit right here, man, cut to the basket. He'll be trying to teach them the game the right way instead of just sitting at the 3-point line. Because everybody, we all know, ain't no goddamn 3-point shooter like they're trying to make this era. So we can kill that noise right there. It's just a high volume that they shoot. I think Rod
Yeah,
Strickland to eat this era up for as assist wise, getting people better looks and shots, breaking the defense down, and putting people in better positions to hit shots. And I don't think they'll just let those dudes settle for no threes like that, like this era do. Where the veterans at that tell them, man, don't sit at the three. You notice on a fast break, everybody stopping at the 3-point line. It could be a 4-on-1. Everybody stopping at the 3-point line. Oh,
yeah, yeah. I think somebody like a Stephon Marbury would be dangerous in this era.
hey, I ain't gonna get to him yet. That's what I'm trying to tell you now. See, the list goes Steve Francis, Catino Mobley. I
Yeah.
ain't even get to them type players yet. That's what I'm saying, bro. This shit is hilarious.
People don't understand how good they were, but see, the game back then, like, I'm just talking about like the 80s and the 90s and stuff like that. It was a different philosophy. Like, you weren't really allowed. You had to be the elite of the elite to play around with the ball like that. Like, normally that was called like hot dogging. That was like showing off. You know what I mean? And they didn't really do that. They would do it sometimes, right? But like, if a regular role player did that shit, bro, playing around with the ball and shit, he going to the bench, bro. You better score on that possession. And even if you do score, you probably still gonna go sit down. So
I'm telling you that, dog. You can
they ain't
play with
played it.
your food if you want it now, though. They gonna bench the shit out your ass.
Yeah, yeah. Kobe walked in the game. Kobe did a 360, and Del Harris was mad as hell. Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
What
They
he
called.
mad for though? I don't see why I can see if he missed the shot. But see, back then, a lot of coaches didn't like showboating. I ain't gonna lie, but that's still the story. For I don't think it's that serious, bro. With certain people,
He wanted
Dale
to make
Harris
sure
here,
he was
another
a part
dude.
of the. Yeah,
You don't know how to coach a scout, so therefore that team won what 60 games, almost 60 games that year when they acquired Shaquille O'Neal. It wasn't like no slouch. You just couldn't get him over the hump. He reminded me
yeah.
of a Rick Adelman.
Yeah, he could coach. He could coach. I think what he was trying to do was teach the game. Like, he wanted to win, right? In order to win, he wanted his team to play a certain way and be very structured and detailed. And it just happened. It just so happened that he didn't know. I mean, he didn't really. take advantage of what Kobe could bring to the table. But he was, I think Dell was a good coach. He just made a crucial mistake trying to decide whether he's gonna keep his job or play the young guys. So,
But he still wound up losing it though. And Phil came over there and showed him how it was
yeah,
done. And I think
yeah,
Phil, Phil already had the game plan because he seen somebody like him. So it was easy for him to go over there and get them right in line. And look how they just took off right then and there. Bang. You know what I mean? It didn't take them that
yeah.
long. So why it took Dale Harris that long, I don't know.
I guess because they were winning games, like, and he didn't want to. He wanted to play his vets like Eddie Jones got. Like Eddie Jones was nasty, bro. They used to be my favorite player.
Yeah, I like
Eddie,
Eddie. He did.
yeah, Eddie was nice. So I guess he wanted to like roll with the veterans and you know and maintain that consistency with the team because he felt like those guys put in the work. Hey, can y'all hear me?
Say, bro, who do you think gonna win it tonight? I mean, win the championship. My bad. Not tonight, but championship.
You talking to me?
Yeah,
Oh, shit, man. Shit, man. I'm thinking OKC is
because
gonna
you know
repeat,
we
man.
winding down now. We got about a month and a half left.
Yeah, I like San Antonio, man. I think OKC can repeat, but man, them boys in San Antonio, and then you got to think about it too. Tatum coming back, and Tatum coming back changes everything.
You think he gonna disrupt what they got going on?
No, I think he's gonna fit right in because he's a guy who can get his shots up without really over dribbling. I think he's gonna
All
fit
right.
right in.
I need
I
to. I
think
need to
like
see.
with Jalen Brown. Oh, go ahead, my fault.
No, you good? Go ahead.
What I was gonna say is I think like with the Jalen Brown dynamic, it may take them a little bit to kind of now that I think about it because he's balling right now, and I'm pretty sure Tatum gonna want to come back. He gonna have to come back and ease his way into the formula if it's gonna work. And Jalen Brown is an MVP candidate. That nigga balling.
So you got the Spurs, huh? I like what the Spurs doing. They remind me of how OKC did. But I think OKC with the experience of them winning it, people going off the Spurs beat them 4 out of 5 times and all that. See, regular season, I don't really be paying attention to that, like talking about. I wait till the playoff come because the playoff is a different atmosphere and the intensity be raised to a whole nother level. And like I say, I do like the Spurs a lot, but I just think they're younger. They don't have a lot of experience compared to what OKC just went through and how they had to get it. And they remember they had to go through
Yeah,
growing pains too. You know what I mean? So they wasn't always no good team. They had to come from the bottom like the Spurs.
yeah,
I I,
yeah. I
I
like
I like the
OKC,
matchup
man.
though. Both of them healthy. I don't I don't think Castle can slow SDA down. You know, and you I know they
Yeah,
got Darren Fox over there, but then you got to think about this. I just watched OKC bench they whole starting 5 1 game, and the boys still scored 130 points. Look like it was with ease too.
yeah,
Now add that with the 5 starters, 6 starters that they set. and just keep blending it in. That's why they're so dangerous.
Yeah.
Them boys is, man, them dudes cooking, bro. I ain't gonna lie. And I like the way they pacing themselves. They know as long as we make it to the dance healthy, we not gonna exert a lot of energy. We just trying to make it there. That's the whole key. Get to the dance healthy.
Yeah. See, like when you go to repeat, and you know this because you've been watching basketball for years, right? When you
Yeah.
go to repeat, it's more about attrition, right? The like how healthy you're going to be, right? How like your endurance, like, and then you think about it like chemistry, right? So OKC's got the chemistry. They still got the chemistry going. Nobody's really got an ego on that team. The only thing is health, right? They can, if they can stay healthy, then they have a really good chance. But health is like when you talk about repeating and three-peating and shit, that's health. It's kind of like almost impossible to do to three-peat. But could they repeat this year? Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. But they got a few young. If they don't, they gotta win this year though. Because if they don't win this year, man, San Antonio only gonna get stronger.
Hey, I agree with that too, because I'm gonna tell you why. You ain't gonna be able to keep all of them anyway. So if you be able to keep just a handful of them, because they go, that's how deep they is as far as going in off in their bench. San
Yeah,
Antonio have a deep bench too, but bro, when you talk about the Isaac Jones and the other Jay Williams at the 5 position, at the 4 position, and then you bring in there the dude Wireless, bro, it's crazy,
yeah,
dog. I'm talking about they can go deep, deep. Like, you know what I mean? So I think they one of the deepest teams in the NBA. That's why they was able to withstand a lot of blows last year compared to a lot of other teams. That remind me how Denver used to be when they was healthy, when they went on that run.
So
Denver was healthy.
James,
They had boy, that team was deep when they won that championship.
for
yeah.
me, it comes down
What's
to
up,
out of
Bass?
what up, KB? What up, Leezy?
What up, bro?
James. For
What's up,
me,
man?
it
Big
comes.
dog.
What up, big dog? My boy Leezy live. For me, it comes down to KB. I don't think the coaching staff or SGA allowed complacency to sink in, bro, with OKC. They're playing as if they didn't win it last year. And I love to see that, bro. Too many times a team win a championship a la Milwaukee and Denver, and they just get complacent and like they're satisfied. Or it seems that way. I don't think OKC has that issue, bro. And so I think if they're healthy,
Speak up,
like
man.
Josh
I
said,
can't hear you.
you can't. You hear me, Leezy?
Yeah, you kind of low,
I
bro.
can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, you can. Okay, go ahead. My fault. Maybe I'm tripping then.
No, you got me or no?
Go ahead. I got you.
Because I can turn my okay. Is that better?
Yeah.
This
Okay,
StreamYard
okay.
shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah, can you hear me, KB? You got me, KB?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah. I got you, bro. What I was saying was complacency, bro, and I don't think OKC lets that sink in. I think if they're healthy, you got to beat them 4 out of 7, bro. That means you have to execute in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
To do that 4 games out of 7, bro, versus that team, good luck with that. That's gonna be hard to do.
Yeah, they're very tough, man. The discipline, and I like the fact that like they're a cohesive unit. Like everybody understands the pecking order. Everybody understands the role, their job, and everybody's on the same page. And they got a good leader in Shea.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's gonna be tough to beat
You
them
know
boys. But
another
if
thing
I
that
had to
they
pick a
have though,
team, it
they
would
have a
either
bunch
be
of connectors, bro.
it
OKC
would
got
be
a bunch of
San
connectors.
Antonio or it would be the Celtics.
Can y'all
Oh,
hear me?
James coming back. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah,
Yeah. OKC got all the
I can't even
connectors
hear
on
you.
their team. They got connectors. That's what you
Oh,
need to win a
let me see if I
championship
can
is
come back
connectors,
because I
bro.
can't hear.
You
That's a
can't hear
good
me? I'm
point.
probably going through a bad reception. That's probably what it is.
Oh no, that's a lot better right there because I think KB
Oh,
had
that's a
his.
lot better now. I can hear you now for sure.
You got me, Leezy?
Yep, I got you
All right,
now.
cool. Yeah, I think that was his mic. But no, you spot on, bro. Connection on defense and they on the string and yeah, spot on with that shit, bro. You spot on.
Yeah, those connectors, though. The Casey Wallace, Aaron Wiggins, Isaiah Joe, Alex Caruso.
Yeah.
They just got Jared McCain.
I saw that,
That's a
bro.
Blue
That's
Dort.
crazy.
Like, I could keep going, bro. They got a ton of connectors on their team.
Yeah.
Jalen Williams, the other Jalen Williams from Arkansas. He's a
Yeah, yeah.
connector.
Caruso,
Hey, Elise.
impact connector.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, my fault for interrupting you. I probably talked over you because I couldn't hear you.
No, that's fine. It was tripping. That's why.
Yeah, I couldn't hear. My fault. My fault, yo.
Yeah, you're good. Hey, who Atlanta play tonight? Who? Oh, they play the Bucks. That's right. They play the Bucks.
They playing after the OKC Knicks game. Yeah, they got the Bucks at 6:30 our time, Leezy.
Oh, 6:30. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
Hey, Leezy, can I ask you a question, bro?
Yes, sir.
And this is a real question to you, bro. My girl just texted me just now, literally, and says that we have an extra ticket for Tuesday, Kings and Pacers next Tuesday. If you want to drive down, bro, it's yours. If you want to roll with me, go to the game here in Sac.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I'm dead serious, bro. I'm dead serious.
Okay. Okay. Well, shit. Yeah, I gotta get your number then, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna put it inside private chat, okay? And then you just let me know.
Okay. Okay, for sure. Throw it in the private chat.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Kings and the Pacers. The Pacers hella weak.
Yeah,
The Kings hella weak.
it's just a game, Leezy. It ain't nothing crazy, bro. I mean, it's
No, I feel.
nothing.
I might be able to get a coaching position that game. Shit.
Hell yeah, bro.
Give me a
Yeah.
10-day
Hey,
coaching position.
hey, y'all going there
Yeah.
to eat popcorn, basically.
Yeah. But we got good seats, Leezy. We right behind the basket, right next to the King's bench, so it's awesome seats, bro. So if you want to come, let me know soon, so that way, and then it's your shit, bro. You got it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to make that then for sure, for sure.
Yeah, nigga. Yeah. Come to the crib, nigga, and then we gonna pregame. It's good.
Hey, I want to say this to y'all while I got all y'all up here, man. Yo, I never thought I would be doing this YouTube shit, man. And like I used to watch y'all all the time, dog.
Damn,
I
for real,
used to watch
KB.
y'all niggas go at it for hours, dog. Like behind the scenes, just sitting there laughing
That was
my
the
ass
good
off.
old days, dog. I ain't gonna
Those were the
lie.
good days, James. Yeah, man. Yeah,
So I
James,
kind of
bro.
look up to
James
y'all,
leads
man.
some good.
I kind of look up to y'all, man, because y'all are like the YouTube OGs of the shit.
No, KB, bro. I appreciate your knowledge, bro. I appreciate how you break shit down, bro, and just the way you articulate, bro. Like I'm big on how somebody articulates their point. Like when Leezy talks, bro. I love that shit. James is a little bit more aggressive with his shit. I know I am too a little bit, but bro, no, you do a good job, KB, just breaking shit down, bro. So, salute to you, big
Yeah,
dog. You one
KB
of
for
us,
the
bro.
old school. That's why.
Yeah, for sure. But
Yeah,
you're right,
yeah.
KB.
James be breaking shit down, dog. That nigga James be killing niggas, yo.
Yeah, but
No,
KB, those
so
strings
man,
used to
come
be
on,
long.
man, bro. You know how it go. We not supposed to use kitty gloves with this stuff. When
Yeah, I know,
coaches used
James.
to fuss at us, they was harsh. They used cuss words. Them boys wasn't, hey, do it this way. Come on now, I'm gonna send you to the principal office. Now them boys hit you with the paddles. They slap you across your head. They slap me on your ass, trying to get you in line, just trying to get you to understand whatever it takes to get your attention. And I'm not saying it was right. It was wrong. But at some point back then, whatever tactic that coaches needed to use to get the best out of players, we didn't look at that shit as, oh man, you too hard on us. We didn't make that
Right.
break us or we quit. That just made us stronger. And we
That's a
took that
fact,
same
bro.
drive and that vicious from them, our daddy, and every man that we had around us, the same way we approach life and sports in general. Because remember, sports
Yeah,
is a combat. It's not a
exactly.
love thing. This ain't no fucking love boat here. We out here trying
Right.
to beat each other. Not physically or mentally, but I'm saying we trying to win a game. So why am I out here trying to dap you up when I'm trying to score on you? Why I'm keying and gagging with you when I'm trying to dunk and put my nuts in your fucking face at some point in the game? It just don't make no sense to be friendly bobbing like that. Bring back the real competition and get all this friendly and shit out the way. And maybe we'll get a good product. People just not
Fact, bro.
competitive no more. And
They
people then
not.
the way people talk, oh man, you don't know how to talk to people. Nah, man, I don't want to hear all that. You just soft.
Right. That's exactly what it is, man. So yeah. I mean, I love the conversations, bro. I mean, I didn't been cooked, I've been wrong. And so KB, sometimes with these YouTube NBA conversations, bro, like I need that type of resistance and pushback, bro. Like that's how I get better. You feel me? And so this has taught me, bro, like just how to communicate in life. And so, I mean, yeah, bro. Like, I love this shit, bro. I talk this shit all day if I could, bro. I love talking to
Thanks.
you.
And Matt the one put me on this shit. Tell the truth, man. When I first heard Matt say this, that's how I knew this nigga knew
Yeah, me
basketball.
and James used to be on it, bro. Yeah,
That
Yeah.
nigga said, bro, if they take your first move from you, what's your go-to move? And I'm like, this nigga really know basketball. He just be trolling. I see what this nigga be doing.
I do be trolling James, but that's just how.
I,
But
you know
but
what?
that's just
You
me,
done took
bro.
Herm's spot in trolling. I ain't gonna lie. Herm used
Yeah,
to troll a lot, but you done took that nigga spot in trolling.
yeah. But
So you could
I'm big
tell
on
if a
that.
nigga don't know basketball. Like you could tell, dog. Like as soon as that
That's
nigga say something crazy,
Of course you
how
can,
what you
bro.
saying? You could tell people don't know what?
I said you could tell when the nigga don't know basketball, man, because they said some crazy off the wall shit that ain't realistic.
Yeah, that's a fact, bro.
And that's why like I don't respect a lot of people. Like, and when I say respect, I don't mean like because I don't disrespect no man, right? But I only listen and take guidance from only a few people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good point, KB. And again, like I mean, I don't know any of you guys who've been around y'all personally to judge you guys as men, but y'all seem like pretty good men. But from an NBA basketball standpoint, KB, I can know in the first 10 seconds if a dude knows hoop or not, bro. Just based on how he looks at basketball, bro, and the words he uses. And so yeah, and I'm old school, so my standard is high, bro. Like I seen Kobe and MJ play, KB. Like you're not coming to that, bro. If you don't come to that standard, then I don't respect it, bro. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
don't. I seen Kobe
So
Bryant play basketball, bro, in
so
person.
let me
MJ
give you an
can't do
example
it.
of what of last night. Like I got cut off, but I was on BJ's platform, and I was talking about Ant Man, and like they were comparing him to he could potentially be Kobe and Mike, right? And I said, yeah, you know what I mean? Like he could potentially get there, right? But I said, you know what? I started thinking about it, and I don't know if you heard me, but I said, well, shit, he's 24. Why don't he get in the dunk contest? Why don't he? And
Oh
then,
yeah, I heard that shit, bro. And YG went back
yeah,
at you as soon as he asked
yeah,
that.
he didn't like. He was like, well, he don't need to do that. I said, well, he don't have to do it. But Kobe and Mike, when you compare somebody to those guys, bro, they're trying to compete in as many competitions as they
Yes,
possibly fuck. They're trying to eat the whole table, bro.
correct. No leftovers,
Dude,
KB.
that's what I'm saying. To be compared to those, we make it too easy sometimes for guys to be in that comparison, bro. This
Agree.
nigga Kobe was competing in everything. He was playing basketball nonstop, broken wrist.
Right.
Playing Michael Jordan had the love of the game, you know what I'm saying? Love of the game clause, bro. He played anytime he could pick up a
Yeah.
basketball, he did.
Yeah.
You have to love this shit to be compared to those two, man.
Right. Right.
Hey,
And
that
And
should have
KB.
made him the GOAT anyway. How the hell you got that in your clause? That means you could play anytime, anywhere. So you jeopardize it getting hurt and everything, but that goes to show you. He believed in himself, he believed in his ability, and he knew his work ethic. I ain't gonna get hurt. I just love to play the game. You know what I mean? I heard somebody
yep,
say that too. Richard Carter said that that's why I believe Kevin Durant liked the game to the point where, he went to Golden State and wanted to play it the right way. Not knowing he wasn't gonna get the credit. Forget what
yeah,
everybody say. That's a decision you chose to make because you said the way the style that they played drew you over there. And you always loved the game played the right way. So why would you think about why people feel if your range count or don't count? See what I'm saying? You can't be that sensitive and soft. That's what I'm talking about. You can't be that sensitive, bruh. You know one thing. You know if you wouldn't have went over there, they wouldn't have had that. Everybody know that because the dudes already took their heart damn near.
Yeah.
So why would
Yeah.
you let
KB.
anybody discourage you and talk about what your rings mean and where they rings at? See what I'm
Right.
saying? Like that's what
Yeah.
I mean by so. You can't let
But
everybody just talk and take because niggas ain't built like us, man. That's all. They just not, bro.
But James, the
And
reason why I brought that up is because we talked about basketball with Anthony Edwards and all of his skills, all of his abilities, but we didn't talk about mindset.
there you go.
And,
Yeah,
that's what changed. That's why I had to come back and said that. I said, well, this is about competition, nigga. This ain't about being top five. This is about being top one.
Right.
That's what
Right.
them niggas wanted to be. Every time they stepped on the floor, they wanted to be one. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And KB, remember last night I kept
good
saying
point.
I think Anthony Edwards has all the skill set, but one thing he's lacking to me is that Kobe and MJ had was they were in kill mode all the time, all the time. They didn't know how not to be in kill mode, and I think there's times and there's situations during games where Anthony Edwards, and I'm gonna use a phrase that I hate, bro. I'm gonna let the game come to me. What? You think Kobe or MJ ain't taking what they want, bro? Like ain't shit coming to me. Like I'm gonna go take this.
You gotta go get
And
it.
so, right. And so I want to see Ant Man, KB, and James stay in that type of mindset and kill mode all the time. So KB, last night, I totally understood what you were saying, bro. And I knew what you were meaning when you said it. It wasn't just about the dunk contest, it was a mindset, bro. It was. So I,
Yeah.
I get
Compete.
what you were, exactly, exactly. Yeah, you know,
See, this is the thing that people don't understand. When you're a competitive person like me, I'm super competitive. Like, I'm so competitive. Like, I made people get up and walk away because they didn't want to fuck with me like at all. Because when it's in go time mode or competition mode,
right.
I can't stand losing. I'm just one of them. I just can't. So anything that I do, I want to win. That's with
Mhm.
anything. So like when you're competitive like that, I don't give a fuck if it's an exhibition game.
Facts.
I don't give a fuck what we doing.
Oh, hey, KB. Paul Pierce told a story. Well, he told it years ago, but I saw it last night. They were doing a commercial in LA, and Paul was supposed to be guarded by Kobe, and he's supposed to score the basketball, right? During a commercial. Kobe
Hmm.
Bryant was playing real defense in the commercial and says, nah, bro, like, you want to score, like, you need to get your shit off, bro. Like, we in a fucking game. Bro, like, he's in kill mode all the time. And that's what Ant Man needs to get to, bro, in my opinion.
Nigga did that for him
Yep.
in the
That shit
commercial,
is
huh?
like whatever's on your plate. I'm trying to eat
Right.
that shit. I don't want you to
Yeah,
have
bro.
nothing.
Yeah, for sure.
That
For
nigga said,
sure.
oh, in the commercial,
See
Kobe
what I'm
was like,
saying?
got on my
On the
watch.
commercial, James. It was a commercial, bro. Yeah.
No, that's kill mode, Eric. Fucking
That is, bro. That is, James. Yeah. So
this nigga
yeah,
crazy. The Black
we'll get
Mamba,
there,
huh?
man. Yeah, bro.
You gotta
Yeah.
be a mongoose to take that nigga out. And ain't too many mongooses out here like that, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Skills pays the bills.
I ain't
yeah.
never heard that story, man. Boy, you just had me crying just now. That
When you get
boy
a
said,
chance,
nigga
bro,
said, this is
just
so he had
YouTube
to
it, bro.
really tell Kobe this a commercial?
Bro, James, YouTube it, bro, and trust me, bro. Trust me, it's out there. Yes, yes, bro. A commercial, and Kobe's like, "Nah, bro. You want this basket? Then, nigga, we play like you in the game with me." No, that shit crazy. But
I
but
hate to
yeah,
be on a nigga team like him, boy. He'll run your ass to your mouth dry as God.
I know, man. Yeah. Hey, man, if you talk to Ticket, bro, tell nigga to pay my money, bro. Shit, that nigga ducking me and shit, bro. I'm on that nigga's helmet, James. I ain't done with that shit yet, bro. Shit.
Well, yeah, y'all still on that, huh, dog? That was
What, nigga?
crazy.
I want smoke. I want smoke.
Hey, I think, bro, I told y'all, man, y'all be betting y'all money on this shit. I don't trust that shit by a long shot. And
I
man, real on the
you
same
never have,
level, but
James. Yeah, you never have, James, because you've always kept it like, no, I'm good with that shit. I don't trust you niggas.
boy, listen, cause I already know it's too much hands involved, and who gonna win, who ain't supposed to win, who supposed to win. Nah, man, you
Right.
can see it. Like for real, dog. For the life of me, dog. When I learned that. My last time really betting, bro, I promise you. Like a nigga had to try to sucker bet me for the Miami game when they formed that big three, and I bet on the light 100 that time. That was the last real time I bet. But what made me stop when that shit came out in 2002, nigga, I had bet $4 on the whole series. But at first, I tried to get the nigga to bet $100 a game. But the nigga was like, nah, just bet four on the whole series. Whoever win four games, you get the 400 paid after the series. So I'm like, cool. Man, we whooping the fucking Lakers ass, boy. And all of a sudden, something just changed, dog, for the life of me. Then 2, 3, 4, 5 years later, the truth finally come out. The nigga fixed the fucking game for them niggas to win. And I was like, damn, I lost $400 because they done rigged the game for these bitches to win. Man, I said never again. And I was in the street, so it wasn't nothing. It ain't hurt or nothing, but I was just mad. I lost $400 because the referee was the deciding factor, and the players wasn't. That what made me mad, like on some real nigga stuff, bro. I ain't gonna lie. And ever since that dude came out with that, talking about how the game was fixed and they paid him to do this and paid him to do that, man, I ain't never bet on that shit again. Real. I'd rather spend my money on my kids, boy. I ain't lying. Bet on what? Because none of that shit don't, it could be factual up to the point people could make stories and make people could talk about it. But then until it actually happened, hey, but I ain't gonna lie, there's a lot of stuff that what you call it been calling, like the KD to Houston, all kind of shit that the boy been on point. Like you can't deny that. He been cooking. So he got sources just like everybody else got sources. It's what you want to believe, is who you want to believe. I understand you might like certain teams and certain players, but shit, 9 out of 10, the dude be accurate on most of the stuff he be talking about. And it's like a test, either you pass or you fail. And he passing if you look at the percentages. Everything that he talk about, the dude, I ain't gonna, I don't know, bro. That's why I don't bet my hard-earned money on that shit at all. I work now. I ain't betting nothing. Shit, that shit could be all right. That shit could be a goal, and I ain't betting it. I'm serious. It could be right in my face. Nigga, I don't trust that shit. The last second, a Hail Mary, a missed field goal, anything. Your ass fuck. Nigga go to the line, blow them 2 free throws. Be like, how the nigga? Jamal Murray. You never seen that nigga miss no free throws. The nigga missed the first 2 and missed the last one. Game over, just like that. Come on, man. Shit like that happen, man. And you be like, man, this dude 90% from the free throw line. How you miss that? Clutch. Pressure bust pipes. We all seen it happen. Nick Anderson missed 4 of them things in the finals, changed the whole series. It just happened. I don't trust nobody else with my life in their hand. That's like me putting my life in your hands. Hell no. Give me that thing. I ain't making the right basketball play. I'ma shoot that thing. I'm a shooter, nigga. I ain't no passer. What's a passer? What's the right basketball player if you ain't trying to put that thing in the basket? That's the name of the game. Put the thing. If I ain't hear you saying I'm trying to score, what is the right basketball player? I don't want to hear that shit. I need shooters over here, partner. Now where everybody went, man? They done dipped out the back door on me. Thanks, E-Leezy, for letting me cook on your channel, though, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I be want to do video, but y'all always on here, so I'd rather come cook with y'all and save mine. You feel me? It's the same thing. People just gotta understand that, bro. It's all fun and game. It's all a debate. That's why they call it a debate. Ain't no winners, ain't no losers. Just how you feel, just how I feel. It's a truth against narratives. You know, you got the truth, and you got people pushing narratives. You got people playing till they 70, trying to prove a goddamn point, cursing their teammates out just for self pleasurement. And for the life of me, man, I just never understood that part. I don't understand how winning not more important than your numbers. That's just crazy to me. Then you got all this stuff going on. Like if Max, I ain't gonna lie to you. I tell you this though, if it is true, you got a lot of answering to do. But why would people go around lying on you? Like it don't make no difference. I don't think people just lie on you like that. You know what I mean? People got evidence. You ain't trying to clear your name. Normally, the person been that came to the forefront, man. It's all false allegations. They had a lawyer with them. This nigga ain't got a lawyer. Nigga ain't saying nothing. Nigga ain't, man, this is lies, man. They trying to drag my name through the mud. I feel like I'm Franklin Hatchet, nigga. I'm trying to clear my goddamn name tonight. Anybody keep throwing that dirt on my name like I ain't supposed to be here. Like I ain't earned this. And it just goes to show you, bro, that that's the way of the world now. Especially the NBA. It's all about money. I just hope we find a way to fix it someday. Because you got this young talent, them dudes, they love balling, they ready. They won't take over. They ready for the takeover. But these old wheelchairs don't want to get out of the way. You might have to push them out the way though. Don't almost build no ramp. Just push them right down the stairs. Y'all blue shield ain't kicking yet. Yeah. Y'all still out here taking over. Like y'all DJ Khaled or something. Let me see what's happening.